I'm Richie Blake, bass player, tutor, lecturer. I've been playing now for coming up professionally probably 11 to 12 years. Also been tutoring at a local college, which I'm enjoying, for about 5 years. So that's kind of who I am and what I do. Well, funk as a bass player is really rhythm section driven as a style of music. As a bass player, funk to me is signified by the word groove, also the word space, feel. I got to say, I use this one a lot, but dirty. You know, as a style of music, it's dirty. It's, as James Brown put it, it's the music of the people. In terms of how I approach it as a music and as a style of music, I try and incorporate all those words into the notes and the music that I play, to support the style of music that is funk. So space, groove, feel, definitely, in terms of, I'll enlighten on this in a second, but where you're putting the notes, you know, just because you're playing 4 in a bar or 8 notes in a bar, you can still put those notes at any one point in that one bar and play them with feel. You know, a computer can put them exactly on the 8th notes, but a human being has the ability to put them exactly where you want to put them to improve the feel, to make the style of music dirty. Okay, well, funk to me kind of originated out of blues. So let's kind of rewind the clock. Over in the States, 1960s, probably mid-50s, when blues was kind of in an evolutionary phase. Players like Freddie King were kind of playing the blues, but playing it with funk, you know, and James Brown obviously got a hold of this. But the style of music, funk, is kind of gospel as well. So from the churches, from that kind of thing. And there's a whole wealth of players today, modern players, that have come from a gospel background that are absolute phenomenal musicians and have just got the funk ingrained with them. But why? Because they've kind of done it from the age of 2. But going back to the question slightly, this evolution of other styles of music has kind of assembled funk into what certainly I know of it as today, in terms of all these different styles, you know. Is fusion, which is an influence of jazz on funk, but funk is influenced by the blues, influenced by the gospel scene, certainly. And to me, that's where it kind of comes from. I mean, there's some great Freddie King, B.B. King, you know, he really experimented with funk in his career during the 70s, as did Freddie King. Loads of blues players out there that have done it. And obviously, James Brown has kind of taken the best of everything and has become the self-proclaimed godfather of funk, in my opinion. You know, it doesn't get finer. I think as a general rule of thumb, anybody out there, name me a funk artist, James Brown, that would be kind of like your first response. But even he was influenced by earlier people, and then going through the evolution further, bands like the Meters, you know, and everybody kind of forgets about them. They're a bit of the players know about it, but if you said, name me a funk band, an early funk band, the amount of people, it's the musicians that would say the Meters, you know, and that's very much influenced by New Orleans type music and all that old school stuff. Then taking that even further, the Meters, you've got bands like the Tower of Power coming up, massive. So you're taking kind of like an arrangement side, you know. James Brown sure had brass players, but the Tower of Power, absolutely massive. They took it to another level in terms of arrangement for horns in the style of music, in the style of funk. And then obviously that's a continuing evolution even to today.